Hi, this afternoon I'm making some cheddar potato soup for dinner. I'm going to be using our deluxe cooking blender. I've been using it pretty much around the clock since I got it, and just absolutely loving everything that it's done so far. So the nice thing about this one is you can put your ingredients in. You don't have to spend a lot of time chopping or grating because it's going to do all that for you and then cook everything right in place. The important thing with the cooking blender is that you follow the recipe in the order, you're putting the ingredients in the order the recipe says. The overall philosophy, if you're developing your own recipe, would be that the liquid and the easier things to chop are going to be on the bottom, and then the more challenges will come toward the top. So we're going to start with some vegetable broth. This is a vegetarian, but you could certainly use a chicken broth too if you'd like. So some vegetable broth. We're going to put in a teaspoon of salt with our adjustable measuring spoons, and I had already pre-measured with this to the quarter teaspoon setting some fresh thyme. So I have some thyme, a couple of garlic cloves that have been peeled, and half a stick of butter. So I don't have to take time pre-melting that to make a roux. We're not adding flour for the roux. I don't have to press the garlic, none of that. So we'll just put all of that in there. I'm gonna add about a half of an onion. I wouldn't have had to chop it this much. I just happened to have one in the refrigerator already sliced up. I'm gonna use that, about a half of an onion. And then we're going to put in a carrot and celery. So we're sneaking in some extra vegetables here to make it a little bit more nutritious. I already pre-scrubbed my carrot, and because this is going to puree it all, I'm not going to waste the time peeling it, because that peel is never going to show up, and it adds a little bit of extra fiber and nutrition. And then we're going to do a stalk of celery the same way. I'll just clean the ends off of that there, but that was already washed. So just some rough chops. And then the last thing we want to do right now is about 1.5 cups of potato. And I'm going to use a serrated vegetable peeler to peel the potato. This peeler actually has little teeth in it, like a serrated bread knife would, but very tiny. And it just does a fantastic job. Makes peeling very easy. You don't need a lot of pressure. Whether it's for potatoes or for carrots if you wanted to peel them for another purpose. So I'm just going to peel this down, and again, just do a rough dice with it. And we'll do a rough chopping of the potato. And if it's a little ugly at spots, it doesn't really matter, because it's all going to get pureed, although that one spot looks a little less than savory, so I think I'll set that one aside. So it's interesting how those things can be right in the middle of the vegetables. Okay, so we're going to put those in. Not a lot of fussing around. And then we're going to put the lid on. And that's just going to lock into place, and it sings to you to let you know it's right. Make sure you put the topper on here so nothing comes exploding out on you. And then all you need to do is rotate the dial until you get to the soup light coming on. It says soup, and we're gonna press start. It'll start slowly churning, a little bit of chopping, and then I'll take a rest, then I'll chop some more, and all the while, it's coming up to heat. There is a heating element right in here that is going to be cooking as it's pureeing. And while this is going on, you can walk away, you can do your dishes until you hear it beep. And then it's going to tell you to add in the rest of the ingredients, which in this case is going to be our cheddar cheese, so it can melt into the already hot soup. So I'm going to let that go and come back to you when it's set. All right, so it's been cooking for a little while. We're at about 5 minutes it's been cooking, and it's been blenderizing and heating up. We're up to 140 degrees now, but it's got a little way to go. All right, it's been about a half an hour. I've been off doing other things. I did the dishes, thought about other things I want to make along with this for dinner. and it's just been doing its thing. There, the last 30 seconds, it really pulsed extra hard, made it extra smooth. We're just gonna hit the cancel button. Don't get steam on my other fingers. Wow, that's nice and hot in there. Now I'm going to add in our cheddar cheese. I have a little bit of parsley set aside here for garnishing, and about 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground pepper on there. Ground pepper seems like it should go in everything, right? I want to make sure we're not going to splash too much there. And that is it. Put that back on, and then we're just going to pulse it. Get the cheese all blended in there. Probably enough. Actually, I didn't do that. You can just take the lid off. Look at all that steam. It looks so creamy. Just lovely and smooth. Kids will never know there's carrots in there. Got a beautiful soup. Garnish that just a little bit. Serve that with some crunchy bread and butter. I'm not sure why I decided on a hot soup on a hot summer's day, but I think it'll be delicious, and we'll have some side dishes with it. In a minute, I'm going to empty this out, and then I'm going to show you how easy it is to clean a cheesy potato starchy pot. Okay, so I poured the soup out into a serving bowl, gave it a quick rinse with hot water, because the glass is still pretty hot from the soup in it, so I didn't want to shock it, although it is tempered. And then filled it with about 3 cups of water. I'm going to put in there about a teaspoon of dishwasher detergent. And then set it to clean. There we go. And then just hit start. That's about a 3-minute clean cycle. Okay, so after 3 minutes, again, it's a heated cleaning cycle. So you got your soap, your water, your heat. It's sanitizing it, scrubbing it off. You can use liquid dish soap or detergent. I've just sort of found that the detergent works better so far for me with everything I've tried. So when you're done with that, again, you're gonna take the lid off. Be careful because it is steamy hot. And then we're going to dump this out and just give it a good rinse out with clear hot water, and you're all done. And there you go. It's all clean and ready to go. Sometimes I'll give this a little bit of an extra hand wash in the sink. That's not too much of a problem, just to get around those ridges that were sealed. But that really, nothing to unscrew, nothing to take apart. It cleans itself for you. So that is the Deluxe Cooking Blender, and the recipe for the potato soup is one of the many recipes that's in the cooking guide that comes with it. All very easy to follow, very self-explanatory. Lots of delicious recipes for you.